after the lesson, we teach again, and we have a second check for understanding, and they cover separate skills necessary to master the entire lesson. So I want you guys to turn your attention to the first group practice question here. If you notice, my numbers usually are pretty bad, but that's okay. I have other substitutes. So if sine of y is equal to 4/5, find the cosine of y and the tangent of y. The first thing we always want to do when we start our lessons is remember all of our tools. Okay, we build a toolbox. We want to make sure that we're using it. So when we use our tools, we're going to talk about SOHCAHTOA. Now, to ensure that we understand how we use this tool, we want to remember what each one of these means. Each one of these stands for a different function. We talk about that a lot. So stands for the function sine, as we see on the calculator. Ka would be cosine, and tangent would be TOA. We also have ratios or fractions associated with each one of these. Someone raise their hand and tell me what the fraction associated would be. Ms. Bowles.
Oh, opposite over hypotenuse.
Okay, good. For sine, we would have opposite over hypotenuse. We abbreviate that as OPP and HYP. What about Ka? McCallum?
Cosine over hypotenuse. I mean, adjacent over hypotenuse. I'm sorry.
That's correct. All right, and our last one here would be, yes, Ms. Brown.
Opposite over adjacent.
Opposite over adjacent, that's correct. Good. And these refer to our three sides of our triangle in reference to whatever angle we're working with. So here, as we talked in the first part of the lesson, we use triangles. Here, we don't have triangles. This isn't meant to scare you. It's not meant to confuse you. Instead, you should look at this as an opportunity to flex your creative muscles. What we're going to do here is leverage our artistic skills. We're going to start by drawing a triangle. We're going to put our right angle in the bottom right corner. And when we say the sine of y, what is y here? Somebody's going to tell me, what does y represent here? Yes, Evan.
Is it theta?
It is theta, yeah. Earlier in the lesson we mentioned theta. Theta is going to be our angle. And for simplicity purposes, we're going to put it right here. This will be y. That'll be our angle. Very good. So if the sine of y is 4/5, like Ms. Bowles had said, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. That means our opposite side divided by hypotenuse side. In order to do that, the first thing we want to do is identify which side we're talking about. So as we normally do, we draw our arrows across our triangle. So directly across from our angle will be our opposite side. Directly across from our right angle will be our hypotenuse. And the last side left over has to be our adjacent side. So if the sine of y is 4/5, that means our opposite side is going to be 4, and our hypotenuse is going to be 5. So we're going to go ahead and fill those in here. Our opposite side will be 4, our hypotenuse 5. Now, does anyone have any idea how we can find this last side here? Teal?
Well, you know your 3, 4, 5 triangle from ACT thing you've memorized, so you already know the adjacent is 3, or you can use Pythagorean theorem.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, I was going to say.
I did what you did too.
Right. So.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Right. So 3, 4, 5. Most of my kids probably won't remember that right off the bat, but you're right. The Pythagorean theorem. And our theorem, Teal, is what? What is our equation for that?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
That's correct. It doesn't matter which ones are A and B. A and B are like. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. That's correct. So let's plug in what we know. We say A squared is 4. So 4 squared plus B squared equals C squared is going to be 5 squared. What's the next step, Teal?
You square the 4, square the 5, so
okay.
you get 16, 25.
Sure. 16 plus B squared equals 25. And our next step, Magna? Subtract. Good. So we're going to get B squared equals 25 minus 16. Let's simplify to B squared equals 9. Are we done?
No.
What's the next step? Square. That's right. So square root of both sides. When we square root a square, it disappears. Okay? And we're done. It's a one-time use. So B equals 3. And B, which side of our triangle is B here?
Adjacent.
Adjacent, correct. So let's fill that in. Good. So last thing we want to do is fill out our cosine and tangent. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. Our adjacent side, 3. Hypotenuse, 5. Tangent, opposite side, 4. Adjacent, 3. That's it. We're done. That's all we're looking for here. So what I want you guys to do, go down to this check of understanding, turn your attention there. There we see a very similar situation. First thing we want to do, flex your artistic muscles. Draw me a triangle. Then, Same process here. We're solving for our missing side, filling out our cosine and tangent ratios. Any questions?
No, sir.
Yes.
An easy calculator?
No, we don't like it.
144 squared?
Yes.
What does that B stand for?
The B here,
No. Oh, hold on, which one we doing?
we'll check for understanding number 2.
Oh.
You're not gonna let them use a calculator.
It doesn't break.
It's about-
Yeah.
Are we doing 3?
We're doing 2.
Alright, so to clarify, listen up. Check for understanding number 2 at the bottom. There's a big box that says check for understanding number 2. You're doing the problem directly. How you doing this?
I did not get this paper.
I apologize.
Can I bring up the board?
Yeah. Sure?
Show these people your math skills over here.
Right, exactly.
What you doing, Mr. James?
He said square, right?
Right. What did he? I might not be. Okay, now subtract.
Checking. Me. 2. 1. Everybody got it, huh? McCown, you want to be on board for it? So, as we're going through this, I want you guys to make sure that you are paying attention to Al McCallum has got this down. It's very important that we keep our work neat and easy to understand.
Okay, so I have to draw my triangle?
Sure. It's a good start. So, our equation.
I think she may need the actual numbers, right?
I look forward.